yellow, we take a train to go to a near small city. Name is Ma'anshan.
Have you ever traveled in the sleeper train, the slow train in China?
Yes, many times.
Many times where?
Where? Travel just through the whole China. I think to go from my university to Kunming, and then to go from my university to Beijing, and to go from Kunming to Shanghai,
How much
and
time
many
it takes?
times. I don't even remember. The longest journey was 3 days and
3
2
days.
nights in the train. Yes, well, it's normal. Back then, the plane was not very popular, and the train is more common and cheap.
And there were no fast trains in China back then.
Yeah, there were no fast train. So,
Let's see what will happen today.
okay.
来有新的卡，小美女，别客气干，好吃的，送点咖啡的，多杯吗？不杯。
I'm going to mansion. Oh, does anybody wants to buy ticket? Oh, you know what? I can go to Guangzhou actually today.
In the fast train, the atmosphere, the air is nicer. In this slow train, it just has a mix of all different kinds of smell, smoking and stinky from all different kinds of things.
For the moment, cigarette smoke dominates. I'm afraid that when we leave the train, we will already have a cancer.
And people eat very smelly food.
Yes.
But except for this, taking a train is a very interesting thing. Like when I was a child, I really loved to take a train to travel somewhere. Yes.
All right.
Because travel in train, we take a lot of snacks with us.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And we like to have a lot of snacks, and when we travel with friends, we play cards and we talk. It was nice.
Okay. I'm quite surprised that still in this day and age, the long distance trains, slow long distance trains are still so popular in China. I guess it's it's price or demand. Although there are like very fast trains which travel between these distant cities, they are not enough of them for everybody. How it works?
There are needs in China. People don't want to pay too much money to buy a fast train ticket, and people don't need to rush somewhere. They have time, and so they can take a slow train. Why not?
Okay. How many times did you take a sleeping place, a sleeper?
Many times.
Is it good to sleep in trains?
It's nice. It's interesting. I mean, it's a different experience. That you know, when you sleep and the train is moving. You know, it's interesting. And in the night, the light will be turned off, so it's quite okay. There's no people making noise. All the people are sleeping. And sometimes, you know, the sounds of the train is even a sound that can make you sleep. Well, of course, I've never had a whole night sound sleep in the train. I will wake up from time to time and then take a moment to realize where I am. Oh, it's interesting. Sometimes that you can, you know, pick other people. What are they doing?
What are they doing?
No.
What, some dirty things? You were spying on private life of people?
Who doesn't?
Okay, I see. I have a feeling that everyone is smoking in this train except of us.
Yeah, that's what I said. Bad memories.
Where would you like to go if you would take a long distance slow train, sleeper train in China? What city would you like to visit?
There was once I traveled to Dunhuang.
Where is it?
It's in the west, northwest. It's a very famous city where there is historical relics of a lot of sculptures in the mountain. And so it's a nice place to visit, and I don't mind to go again.
I thought that you will say that you would like to take a train from Kunming to Tibet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
For the benefit of the, I can imagine, interesting views.
Yeah.
Maybe we will take one day. Next time when we come to China, we take a train from Kunming to the end of the world.
Okay. Once I traveled from university back to Kunming, and also 3 days, 2 nights. I don't know, more or less, or maybe 1 night, two, little bit more than 2 days, and we cannot buy the sleeper ticket because it's during the Spring Festival, and it's really hard to even get one ticket, so we just sit the whole journey. So the whole journey, even including you sleeping. But I had some accompany, so it was not very suffering. But you cannot imagine the situation, how horrible it is during the Spring Festival when so many people travel by train in China.
So describe it very shortly. How is it?
A lot of people, like even in the corridor, sees people.
So I mean, all the seats are taken and people still sit in the corridor on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
如果没记错的话，你们两个应该是马上上下的吧？记得下啊。
好，谢谢。
站台有点高。
好，谢谢。
马上上啊！马上到啊！马上啊！马上到啊！
We arrived to Ma'anshan.
Let's go. He reminds us that we have to get off. You remember we get off there.
Where they smoke there. So here is transport of the luggage. Here is a small sink.
No,
Yes. Show me the problem. Oh my god. Oh shit, there's a sheet there.
yeah. It's one of the bad memories.
Go, there.
Our train is leaving the station.
That's all what you can say.
人家说快点了，人家要守门。
came here to have a trip with a train, but it turns out that there is some type of old quarry here. I mean, part is still active, but they prepared this exposition of the machines, which is quite alright. Do you like machines?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Would you like to work in a mine?
Yeah.
Would you like to drive a machine like this?
Yeah.
Parents would be proud.
Yeah. So high. Just cannot help climbing everything.
Hmm.
Let's charge.
Now we are leaving mansion. How was our visit?
Nice. I will say later, a bit later. Let's start the train now.
Now we have a fast train.
Yeah, we had a very quick glance at the city Ma'anshan and take a train back to Nanjing now. And of course, slow train is slow, fast train is fast. And the fast train, Chinese fast train has a very good quality. When you sit in the train, you don't even feel anything.
It's like every fast train.
Stable, very fast, and a huge window you can see outside.
Right, we see industrial and like view of the city.
啊，
它就只能设一个小东西是吧？
插在插座上是吧？
So the fast train smell better. And
What better?
Smells better.
Smells better.
And cleaner.
It's clean, obviously, yes.
Yes, and people are more civilized.
So, how much we paid for the travel on the slow train?
14.
Per person.
No. 12 and a half.
12 and a half per person. And now on the fast train?
17.
17. It's not twice
Because
as
the
much.
distance is very
Small.
short.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you, of course, if you travel in long distance journey, then you might see the difference in price.
Yeah, of course. would you recommend to anyone who visits China to travel with a slow train?
My opinion, I don't recommend people to travel with slow train. It's slow, and
Sure.
the experience sitting in the train is much better in the fast train.
Okay, so the question, of course, not to travel, but to try.
Yeah, then it is good. Yeah, you should to take a slow train to experience that how it looks like.
What I've noticed that people started to bond very quickly, started to have conversations between them.
That's true. In slow train, it's easier for people to start a relationship.
It makes sense because if they're going to travel together for 20 or 28 hours,
Yeah, they have to. Yes. Usually people take some cards and they can always find people to play cards together.
okay.
Yeah.
稍微小的，现在一个家庭游戏会玩游戏开支就够了。
So we are home.
Yes, we are. Stay early.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye bye. See you next time.